Galactic Federation channeling March 10, 2026 nuclear tests and weapons. In August 1945, the world witnessed something unprecedented. The atomic bombs of Hiroshima and Nagasaki killed over 100,000 people instantly and left behind radiation that still has effects today. After World War II, nuclear tests were conducted at an accelerating pace, in the air, in water, and underground, and the planet was in danger like never before. In the early 1960s, the world was dangerously tense. Two superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union, were competing in an arms race. Nuclear explosions were carried out in the atmosphere, the oceans, and underground. The sky flashed with tests that people did not fully understand. U.S. President John F. Kennedy had been following the situation with concern. He had seen reports of how radioactive fallout spread around the world. Even traces of strontium-90 were found in children's baby teeth. Scientists warned that if the competition continued, the consequences could be catastrophic. Kennedy also learned something even broader. One night in 1962, a message was brought into a secure room in the White House. The senders identified themselves as the Galactic Federation, a group of civilizations that had been closely monitoring the situation since the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Their concern did not only involve planet Earth. According to the message, nuclear explosions released massive energy pulses that disturbed not only the planet's magnetosphere, but also more subtle energy structures in space. They even interfered with interstellar navigation systems. Kennedy had previously been interested in the origin and purpose of unidentified flying objects on Earth. He was also known to be open-minded about the possible existence of extraterrestrial life, as well as intelligence reports suggesting that unusual activity had been observed near nuclear weapons testing and storage sites. Your planet is part of a larger network, the message stated. When you detonate such weapons, the effects do not stop at the edge of your atmosphere. Kennedy was not a man who believed everything he heard outright, but at the same time, his scientific advisors reported very real problems. Atmospheric nuclear tests spread radioactive fallout across the planet. Explosions could damage the ozone layer. The increase in nuclear weapons raised the risk of nuclear war that could destroy civilization. In 1962, the world had already come close to catastrophe. The Cuban Missile Crisis had shown how quickly the situation could spiral out of control. Kennedy understood that something had to be done. The following year, he began negotiations with the Soviet Union. Diplomacy was difficult, but eventually a historic agreement was reached: the Partial Nuclear Test Ban Treaty. The treaty banned nuclear tests in the atmosphere and outer space underwater. They were only permitted underground so that radioactive fallout would not spread globally. The Galactic Federation would have preferred a complete ban, but accepted a partial agreement, as it could not yet sit directly at the negotiation table as an independent participant. Still, it was better than no agreement at all. Officially, the treaty was based on science and international security. It was the first major step in limiting nuclear testing and later led to further agreements, such as the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. Kennedy knew he was doing more than making a political decision. He believed he was protecting the people of Earth, the planet's ecosystem, and perhaps also a larger community among the stars. In one of his speeches, he said, "We all breathe the same air. We all cherish our children's future, and we are all mortal." The Galactic Federation was satisfied with this cooperation and with the development of Kennedy's mindset toward unity and collaboration. Although humanity did not yet know its place in the universe, it had taken its first step toward a more responsible future, both on its own planet and possibly within the wider cosmic neighborhood. When John F. Kennedy signed the Partial Nuclear Test Ban Treaty and began secret cooperation with the Galactic Federation, he opened the door to knowledge that much of the world was not ready to hear. Reports from his administration described the effects of nuclear explosions not only on Earth's ecosystems, but also on potential disruptions to interstellar travel and observations by cosmic civilizations of Earth's development. Kennedy held knowledge that could change everything: how humanity could disarm nuclear weapons, how the planet could protect itself, and how it might demonstrate that Earth is being monitored and that intervention could occur if necessary. Kennedy understood the danger. Military elites and international nuclear power networks clung tightly to this information. They saw his vision as a threat to power, and to the significance of their arsenals. His plan to gradually disclose some of this knowledge and to build a bridge between humanity and the Galactic Federation intensified their fears. A secret report Kennedy received from the Galactic Federation included details of new methods of nuclear disarmament that would render military stockpiles obsolete, evidence that Earth's nuclear explosions were not just a local threat but affected space ecosystems and possibly other civilizations. Indications that human security and cosmic cooperation could be combined without the threat of war. Kennedy truly wanted to release this information gradually, but his intentions met strong resistance. Military, industrial, and political elites feared that disclosure would weaken nuclear power and cause uncontrollable panic. Information about UFO phenomena, cosmic monitoring, and the universal effects of nuclear explosions was so radical that revealing it would permanently change humanity's understanding of reality. A conspiracy emerged, a combination of nuclear and military elites and international security interests that could not allow the president to lead the world into this new knowledge. They saw him as a threat to both planetary balance and their own power ambitions. For this reason, he became a threat to those who held power. His assassination was a combination of political power struggle and an attempt to prevent humanity's first step toward cosmic responsibility, as his knowledge connected nuclear dangers, UFO information, and humanity's future potential. One morning in 1963, he stepped openly before the public, smiling and ensuring his words would echo through history. But a shadow moved around him, a shadow representing those who could not allow the truth to spread. Kennedy held nuclear secrets, knowledge of space surveillance, and humanity's future possibilities, unified within his awareness. When the shots echoed in Dealey Plaza, the world seemed to lose its leader, but his vision did not die. The Galactic Federation, which had been observing everything, ensured that the knowledge would remain preserved, waiting for a time when humanity would be ready to face the truth. That Earth's security is not merely a terrestrial issue, but part of a larger cosmic network. Kennedy was not just a president, he was a bridge between two worlds, the first human to attempt to build a network of peace between Earth and the stars. His assassination did not end his mission, for his ideas, nuclear disarmament, expansion of consciousness, and awareness of space, remained as seeds waiting to grow in future generations. And so, under the stars, every flash of light in the atmosphere still reminds us that some truths are too great to remain hidden, but they can wait for the right moment when humanity is ready to take a step toward greater understanding. Now is that time. To this day, every American president has been informed of the same knowledge that Kennedy once received. By mutual agreement, these matters have been kept hidden until the cleansing of the planet and the growth of collective consciousness have progressed sufficiently. We are the Galactic Federation.